So I'm trying to pitch a podcast, and I'm gonna make a little audio blog about it here. Let's call it, let's call it even a podcast about pitching a podcast. I got all my ducks in a line. I've written a script. I started recording last night. I hope it's a podcast that's going to change the world, of course, you know. So here it goes. So welcome to the podcaster. This is the podcast about pitching a podcast. So last night I started working on the working title right now is called Tools of Our Time. I was out till about midnight picking clips, writing script, and all the fun stuff that comes along with pitching a podcast. So it's Wednesday today. I finished everything up on Tuesday, and tomorrow is Thursday. That's when we're going to pitch this podcast to somebody named Christine or Kristen or something. We're going to have to get her name right, but hopefully it all goes well. And we're not going for anything cheap, any cheap thrills here. This is going to be a podcast that's going to mean something. It's going to be a podcast that hopefully helps people look at technology. None of this like just trying to get people's attention or get people's eyeball hours and all this kind of garbage. We're not recycling something old like everyone else is doing. We're doing something completely new here. So I hope you stay tuned. So I'm trying to pitch a podcast. You got 2 minutes to listen? I'm gonna make a little audio blog about it here, let's call it, and let's call it even a podcast about. Okay, so I have. Did you kind of hear it or what? I have like just 2 done right now. I started recording last night. I hope it's a podcast that's gonna change the world, of course, So here it goes. Welcome back to the podcaster here. Like I said, this is going to be episode 2, the working title. We're definitely not sold on our title, Tools of Our Time. I think it sounds like 1980 BBC show or something. And, you got to sound hip these days. You got to sound really hip or nobody's going to listen to you. Like, it's hard enough putting together a podcast. Like, person's got a day job, I gotta go to work, and then you got kids, and then it's 10 o'clock at night, and then you want to put together this podcast. It's not like people are handing out contracts to people left and right to do podcasts. It's probably a lot like books, like, not a lot of authors out there because there's no money in writing books, and nobody's developing anything or putting any money towards that because it's all about click, click, click. Anyway, there's my rant. It's a rant. So anyway, we're on the working title. And it's got to be zippy, so if anybody's got suggestions here, I'm open to them. So right now, Tools of Our Time is our title. We've been working through a script. We got episode 1 kind of down pat, and we're going to pitch it, so hopefully it all goes well.